Who did we lose? Oh! Freaking kidding me. What is going on, guys? Welcome to week number 7, Big 12 Team Builder Dynasty recruiting update. We're going to show you guys 3 teams in each recruiting update going forward on Wednesdays. We're going to be doing it in a cycle. Therefore, you guys should be able to get through 2 cycles.
2 updates per team.
Yep. So we're going to do Ardmore, Nebraska State, and ACU today. Next Wednesday, we'll do another 3 teams from there. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what Ardmore is going to be doing about this week's recruiting update. Mike Brady down 800 points to Denver Tech. We're going to keep the 700 on him just to keep in that race, man. You got to keep going here. We got a visit coming up in week 13, so hopefully we're still sticking in the race there by the time that Brady doesn't make a decision. So Jeff Cooper, we're actually going to be putting points back onto him, and where we're going to get those points from, you guys will see in just a moment. Joe Simon down 905 to Minnesota, so we're going to keep moving towards getting this athlete. DreKenan Timmons, out of our own city, our own location.
Yeah, that's bad.
And it hurts me to do it, but we have to do it. He's going to go off our board. And it sucks because he would have been a huge get for us. It just wasn't in the cards, guys. It just wasn't meant to be. Carl Boyd, a 575 points
Carl
down.
Boyd.
Yep, you got to go after Boyd, and you got to put more points onto Cooper. So we're going to go full blast on these guys, try to get these guys in here. Jason Gibbs, a free safety now.
Well, I think Navy would have had their visit.
We'll check that out in just a second. But we don't really need a free safety, so that is not really of super importance.
Might be able to move him around though.
Yeah,
to another spot.
we could.
In the secondary, if you...
We could. He's a hard-hitting guy. Let's see the visits here. Navy did have their visit, 550. They scored. We can schedule a visit, though. We can schedule a visit in week 11, so that's actually not too far away. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put a couple more points on him just to see if we can't make a little bit more of a dent. And I think that should be good right there, about 450. Just stay within the race a little bit, see what happens. Gerald Anderson, another defensive tackle. He's a 4-star. And Shreveport's in the lead right now. And honestly, guys, I think we might need to go after him. We might need to do that. Boom. Let's go after that. 700 points on Gerald Anderson. Hopefully we can grab him. Here's
trying to poach him from the Skeeters. That's one of their big gets this year.
Yeah, here's my thinking. If we can make a little bit more of a push, if we can think that Shreveport's feeling a little comfortable in that lead, they might take some points off. We make a nice push. We can probably take a little bit off next week, put them on somebody else. We can play that game a little bit. Jimmy Bergstrand, Brandon McKinney, we're both losing in those guys. We got a little bit of a lead here on Daniel Smith, a 4-star strong safety. Got to do it. Got to put everything else that we have on this player. Only up 50 on ACU. Ryan Hayden, we can kind of wait that out just a little bit longer. He's still in the yellow or the orange ratings. Lance Bailey, number 4 center, like where we're headed there. So we're sticking in there, and we're also going to lose out on Orion Bradshaw. It looks like he's going to be going to either Camu or Amarillo. So looking a little bit further down, we're in a pretty good spot here for Jack Hines. We're doing pretty solid here. We might want to stick some points on Harold Reed Jr., though.
Stick more or take him off? I think Cam was pretty healthy there.
That's a good point. Let's give up on him.
I think he's Camus all the way.
You gotta give up on him. Tyler McFadden, a tackle, down 955. So we might
assume Minnesota had their visit. They're killing it in recruiting, by the way.
Yeah, they are. We could schedule a visit here on our bye week, week 8. Why not? Why not? Why the heck not? And honestly, the way that the recruiting is going for us right now, we just need to focus in on getting somebody signed.
Yeah, really.
600 points here on James Calhoun. We actually just put him on the board last week. So we need corners. and he looks like he's going to be able to fit the bill. You know what? He was actually he was pretty fast, too. I think he ran a 4.3, so I like that speed.
And we have a bad news update at the bottom there. Rigoberto Ramirez is signed with BYU.
Yep, that sucks.
That really sucks. I thought McAllen was surging. I thought McAllen was a good fit for him, and he's going to go to BYU. All right, Nebraska State here. We just added Shane Pryor, and now we are in 10th place. I got 450 points to spend, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Towns, we're still going max. Bubba Robinson, yeah, minus 620. So I might be thinking about making a move there.
Guys, him and his quarterbacks, man. He's got so many right now in the pipelines.
Yeah.
You got Graham Keith.
You're right. I do. I gotta find a... Let's schedule a visit. Bam. Good stuff right there. Some of these visits, they're not getting scheduled, like, automatically. So I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah, let's look at this. I'm going to find some more points. Maybe take some off of Washington. I'm gonna keep the pedal in the metal. Fisher, maybe I'll take a little bit off, and we're gonna go with Bubba. You know, we'll red shirt, see what happens. Maybe I should focus on these guys, James and Brooks, because I need help at other places. I just like that name too much.
You need some help on defense, in my opinion.
You're right.
You need some help on defense. Your offense seems to be fine. You've got a quarterback in Graham Keith that's going to be able to take the next step, I feel like. Shinosky's electric. You got some players on offense.
Right.
Cody Joseph, tight end.
We're doing so much better in recruiting. I love this. I love it.
Yeah, you guys are doing really, really good. Really hot. You're going to lead a lot, too. Play style is good.
Yeah,
but you need to get some defensive players in here for sure. Like you can't keep scoring a bunch of points and then losing games because your defense can't come through.
You're right. Daryl Brooks. I don't even want to waste points recruiting. I just assume he'll be good enough to play somewhere on this godforsaken football team. Colby James. I choose you. Daryl Brooks. I choose you. That's our board. We went over this last week. But, I mean, you guys see all of these players, and we're doing so good. I mean, secondary and offensive line, and linebacker, I love it.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It is very good.
Stephen Cust actually doing a good job here. All right, and last but not least, ACU. They should actually have been first, right? Because they are AC versus Ardmore. Anyway, so we've got to look at Paris Austin here. So check this out. Odessa down 185 now. So they've made some progress out of Lubbock, Texas. So Paris Austin getting some interest from both Big 12 schools. And wherever he decides to go, we know that he's going to be used and used often.
Yeah.
Shane Pryor, the tight end, looking at ACU as well. Big time.
Hassan Bonner, no change on this front. I'm super excited about him. I hope Denver or ACU nabs him. I mean, the guy is like the next Barry Sanders. That's kind of what everybody's saying. So, Joel Young and Matt Gross. I think we're just going to back off a little bit. And I'm going to try to apply these points somewhere else. Ooh. Do I do it?
Don't you do it.
I'll take it easy on you.
Don't you do it.
I think you deserve a break. I do need to fix this recruiting board.
The one thing that we were looking at, we were talking off screen about ACU, is that they're not really focused in on third-string quarterback or the future of the quarterback position. They have Jake Lewis, but he doesn't look like he's going to be an immediate starter.
Right.
Maybe he might start in his junior or senior season. And we have an update. Jean-Luc Martin going to McAllen. So
cool.
There you go. Hey, tiebreaker, your guy is going to McAllen University. But interesting that they're not really addressing the quarterback position. They're going to have two quarterbacks on roster come next season if they don't decide to go after anybody in the recruiting board this year.
Well, that's just what we're just going to do right here, because I'm going to take these guys off, and the next time you see ACU, we're going to have probably four quarterbacks on this board. Kind of try to find some guys that are lower percentage, and then we'll we'll try to plug in the gaps. They need a third stringer, and they need a guy for the future for sure.
All right, guys, taking a look at some NFL action. We've got Jed Carmichael here. This is the preseason all the way up until week number 3. So, of course, in Madden, you can't, once you simulate past preseason week number 4, all the preseason stats are gone. So, of course, I'm only showing you guys up until week number 3 for the preseason. We can see that Paris McMillan, out of the same college, that McAllen connection is going on here. And then we've got Odell Beckham making some strides here with Jed Carmichael. We got Toby Dennehy out of Midland State, starting center. So things are looking up here for the Dolphins.
Montana Flynn had 6 touchdowns with 567. He's going to start backing up Jameis Winston. Robert Bishop, second year out of ACU, is starting. How about Shanahan?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Russell Springer with 48% completion percentage, though. So obviously he's got to work on some things. He's got to definitely work on some things with Tom Brady. We've got Cade Wilson here with Washington, 24 completions, 51 attempts, so obviously he's not really getting it done. But Amani Stoudemire, 4 picks. Ooh. 4 picks. And then CJ Wicks leading the NFL in yards for the preseason. So maybe they want to go with CJ Wicks versus, what's his face? Case Keenum.
Yeah, Case Keenum, right.
So Jeff Henderson had to set his goal for this season, and he's going to set it at the bar is low here. So
he's coming in straight out of Ardmore.
Yep.
Straight out of Ardmore, baby.
Yep. And
he's going to try his hand in the NFL. They liked him because of his NFL pedigree and background. I think he's going to be a good fit in the pros, and he's basically got the Big 12 All-Star team here with DreKenan Timmons, Carmichael, and Wingo. So this will be fun to see.
He likes his guys. He likes guys that he knows and has scouted before. So we see that Kenyon Drake won the job over Andre Wingo in the preseason. So Jed Carmichael going to first play of the game in the 2018 19 season. So 19. We got Odell Beckham with a 30-yard catch off a play action. So Carmichael and Beckham starting to hit it in stride early here, and look at this nice catch there by who other than Dr. Dre, DreKenan Timmons.
DreKenan Timmons playing receiver for Miami, so he's going down. He knows how to take a hit, man. Don't let his quarterback background fool you.
Oh, and he's looking for Timmons there, but too hot, and Timmons is actually going to drop that football. He's going to give a little love there to Vontez Burfict. He's like, thanks, man. Thanks for not hitting me too hard. Here's a pass interference call, trying to go up the middle. And, of course, it's a pass interference called on the Bengals.
Ooh.
So, there you go. So that was actually on Darquez Denard in the slot. So here's Andre Wingo checking in at the 1-yard line. First and goal.
It's Wingo time.
Gotta get in, baby. Can't do it, though. Carl Lawson going to come in and get the tackle for a loss. So Wingo going to go down. In case you guys missed the video, here is the 2019 draft class for the Miami Dolphins, and it was a pretty loaded one, as we can see that Kenyon Drake is going to get in for a touchdown. It's going to put Miami tied now 7-7 against Cincinnati here, and another little play action pass, and look at, there's no pressure here, so Jed Carmichael firing it deep using that arm strength to Kenny Stills, and we know that Kenny Stills can go up and get it for the deep bomb. And guys, Carmichael's now 3 of 4 for 125 yards, so this offense that we've given him, these playmakers that we've given him in this offense, Jeff Henderson is utilizing this to his ability, and Mike Gesicki going to get in for a touchdown off of
somebody tell me what this dance is, because I don't understand
it's a soup kitchen line.
Oh, my God.
Here's a pass complete in the corner to Odell Beckham Jr. for the touchdown, and guys, now Cincinnati's getting routed down in Miami, and take a look at that. Party down in Miami. Yeah. 21-7 here in the second quarter, and Carmichael has a clean pocket, and he's going to fire to his McAllen connection. Paris McMillan off of William Jackson making an athletic catch here and trying to feed Wingo, and he's not going to get scored quite yet.
3 carries for -2 yards in his debut. Here's Wingo looking to get some room, sheds a tackle. Kind of just skipping and hopping downfield.
There you go. Good job, Wingo. He's got 5 for 27, so that's not too bad. He's averaging a pretty good average there at running back. And now we see that he's pounding off of Cincinnati Bengals here, so he's definitely becoming physical here. He's starting to get his chops in the NFL. Here's Paris McMillan with another catch. So Carmichael already 300 yards in the first half. And here's Kenny Stills going to bust off another tackle and almost get into the touchdown.
Down at the?
Down at the 1 yard line. 1 yard line right there.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. Wingo!
He got in. Finally! Wingo got in,
sir.
baby. Nice job. So get his first career rushing touchdown, gives the salute. 31-7. And this game is over. So we ended up simulating the rest of the game. And 500 yards of total offense for the Miami Dolphins. 34-10. So this college offense in the NFL
working, man.
Seems to be pushing the ball downfield. So good win for Miami. And we can see the end of game stats here. Wingo got to his 100 yards.
Oh, wow. So he really took over the starting role there in one game. Pretty good stuff.
Yes, he did. I'm impressed. DreKenan Timmons had 3 catches for 48. Beckham 4 for 68 and a touchdown. And Toby Dennehy, the only guy to allow a sack. All right, top 25 time. Let's check out the movement here. So you guys saw Ardmore's loss. Going to knock him down from 4th all the way to 9th. Pushing Midland State up to number 3 in the nation. So 3 of the top 3 teams are from the Big 12.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's some good stuff right there. South Carolina, the only team to be receiving votes. So who was number 3 last week? Who got bounced? Wisconsin lost to Rutgers.
Ooh, whoa!
But, yeah, let's look at this. Let's highlight this.
What?
Shreveport is ranked 12th in the country.
They jumped 10 spots.
Wow. For a 1-point win at home against number 23. So, wow. I never thought I would see the day I would see Shreveport ranked this high. I never thought I would see it.
I never thought so either. When we first made this team, I'm like, they're never getting ranked. Ever.
Yeah. I mean, you were like, Shreveport's a joke, and I kind of said the same thing, although I gave them a little bit more credit. I'm like, they're like a B-. I mean, they could figure something out, and here they are. I mean, wow. Little Rock hanging around at 15, and me, Callan, up to 18. See if we get anybody else. Camu. Yes, Camu held on. Only dropped 4 spots. So that's the other thing I like, is that they're not punishing us for beating up on each other. And that's kind of what I was afraid of. When conference play started, we had 8 ranked teams. It's good to see that we can lose and not get unfairly punished, See others receiving votes, and nobody. Clemson and Alabama, USC, hanging around out there.
Michigan dropped out.
Yeah. Oh my God, they lost again. They're probably 1-3 now. They deserve that. After that game against Denver, they must be an absolutely terrible team. Totally overrated, terrible team. No other way to say it.
Time for the Heisman Watch. Let's see if any of our Big 12 players are here. Only Claudio Keller.
Ooh.
90 yards? I don't know. What is that? 11 carries, 90 yards, 2 receptions? That somehow...
He moved up. I don't know. Makovich went down. So
how does that work?
I'm not sure. Well, I mean, Makovich didn't do that great against Broken Arrow. Obviously, he left the game with an injury, and we will show you the aftermath here shortly. But, Claudio Keller's still in the mix, and he's still got the rushing yards, which I like. And, Midland went passing. The last 2 games they played against, I want to say Kansas and Ardmore. They went way harder on the pass. Maybe this upcoming week they're going to lean more on Keller against ACU. We'll have to see.
Week number 6, Players of the Week in the Big 12. Jabari London, 2 interceptions.
Also National Defensive Player of the Week.
Yes, and then Harkless Blair, 28 of 32. That's extremely efficient. 267 yards, 10 carries, 62 yards on those 10 carries, and 3 total touchdowns.
So the only new injury of note here, Alex Makovich had a sprained elbow in that game. He got drilled against Broken Arrow. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. So this is huge news breaking here.
Must be his throwing elbow.
I would possibly think so, yeah. 3 weeks. Denver is getting in the meat of their Big 12 schedule, and they're going to be without their starting quarterback, so it's going to be up to Blaine Beverly, he's the chill guy. He's the He's the clown. He's the stoner. Okay, everybody knows that. That's what Blaine Beverly's MO is. And he's going to be tasked with leading the #1 team for the next 3 games.
I don't like those odds.
All right.
Let's take a look at some conference standings real quick. And right on top is Shreveport. Now, I want you guys to look at one thing here. 85 points against for Shreveport, 72 points against for ACU. So Shreveport's defense is holding up. It's a strength of this. It's a strength of this team, and given the fact that they've got a pretty tough road to hoe, they're going to need to rely on that defense going forward.
So you're sitting here.
How do you drop? You always drop the controller.
All right, so one of the big takeaways here, Ardmore, you are sitting at 0-1. I mean, I want to say you're at a disadvantage, which I guess objectively you are, but just taking into account the big picture, like, I don't think you can get too down on yourself right now because you played Midland State, and, I mean, you got the whole conference schedule ahead of you. It's going to be wide open, and so I think one loss doesn't really even hurt you that badly after one game.
Well, I'm gonna go the other way. It's not a negative thing, but it's more of a realistic view. Yes, it's wide open. It's basically the wild, wild west out here in the East.
Yeah.
But when we look at this division is up.
Yeah.
So it's wide open for anybody only because everybody's pretty much evened out. But the problem is that they're all extremely tough teams. They're all extremely tough teams.
Yeah.
So you have to be on your A game every single game that you play in this division, and there's no room for error. So if you want to talk about the positivity and the glass is half full here, I'm going kind of with a little bit more urgency on that because, like I said, you have to be on your A game. This division is wide open. It could be anybody's this year.
I'm just saying don't panic. That's all I'm saying because there's a lot of shuffling left to go. Denver and Midland, the only teams to win out of the West last week. Everybody played cross-divisional games. Odessa, Nebraska, Amarillo, and Camu going down. So I think the East, I want to say it's a lot stronger right now. I think the bottom of the West for sure is weaker. I don't think there's any debate. But
if I had a camera here,
yeah,
guys, you guys would be seeing my unbelievable look. Like, I think the East is a little bit stronger, right? Oh, what do you mean, a little bit?
I get it.
You got Amarillo and Odessa sitting here, and yeah, the East is definitely a lot stronger right now.
Yeah. All right, week 7. So week 2 of the Big 12 conference schedule. Let's get into it. We're going to have Broken Arrow at Amarillo. And do you think this is a trap game for Broken Arrow? I think Amarillo can definitely win this one. What do you think?
No.
No? I'm just looking at the ratings. They're not that far apart.
Yeah, no.
No?
I don't think, no.
You're just hating on the Big 12 West. I know you.
No, I think that UBA is better. They're just better.
I do too.
I think that, they've got some good defensive pieces. But then, I don't know, now they're starting to make me think a little bit because Amarillo's a little bit younger on defense, I feel like, especially on that defensive line.
Yeah, I feel like Dukes is going to have a field day against Broken Arrow's defense, which is why I think it's going to be close, at least.
It could be a shootout. I'm not sure who I would take. If I had to take, I'd probably take Broken Arrow just because of Brian Street.
Same.
And his resume. But then again, D.D. Dukes has been putting up numbers too. He's got a pretty good resume as well. So it's a toss-up.
All right.
God.
McAllen, you're face palming already. I don't know why. McAllen's going to go at Nebraska State. Gonsu got the win last year against McAllen.
Slants and out routes for Harkless Blair. I can predict it right now. It's going to be a bloodbath, man.
You think I'm going to lose?
This game is going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
This will be a shootout.
Okay.
And you're going to have to keep up with Harkless Blair.
We're going to have to figure out the quarterback situation because I gave up on Chinaski for the very first time. I gave up on him mid-game to go to Willis, and it didn't work. So I'm going to go back to the well now with Chinaski. I think maybe a week of practice, I think he'll be feeling a little bit better, and I think we'll figure some things out.
It's only between those two because obviously when you're sitting at 3-2, 0-1 in the division, you're not going to be burning the red shirt on Graham Keith.
Yeah, and my schedule's brutal, so I have to beat somebody. And Little Rock was one of those teams that I probably could have really used a W against. Because, I mean, you think about it, maybe Amarillo, Odessa are 2 games that I should win. Then I play McAllen, ACU, Camu, Midland, Denver. I have to get 1 game out of those groups if I beat Amarillo, Odessa. So I don't want to bore you, but basically what I'm trying to say is this is a game I really, really freaking need.
You need this game, yes. And guess what you need to do?
Run the ball.
Run the ball.
Run the ball.
I've said it for almost 2 years running now.
Yeah.
Run the damn ball. Get Willis in there. He's got a deeper arm.
You're saying no.
And sprinkle in Shanoski. Sprinkle him in. Get Willis in there and run the football. You got Dante LaBelle. You got Ryan Watson. Jontavius Nichols. You can get this 3-headed monster going here and run the ball. And then when you want to go with the Vivaldi / Brenneman thing that you had going on, get Shanoski in there.
Okay.
Do some things.
Well, who are you picking?
I'm taking McAllen.
I'm going #Go Dogs.
Another tough game for Ardmore because Camu is playing lights out right now. Yes, they lost to Shreveport in the Shreve by 1 point. But this is still going to be a tough game for us. The pass offense for them is 19th. Defense number 12. Number 2 against the run. We like to run. I don't know, man. Our pass defense, too. Midland State really drowned us out right there.
Yeah, you lost a lot of ground in total defense after that game. Kansas A&M, though, they're coming off that loss to Shreveport. But they're going to come home here. And you got to figure out a way to deal with their triple option. And the fact that they can throw out of their triple option look, and they do more play action now, so you can't, you see motion, you can't predict a run, and then you guys are going to get sucked in on plays. And I think that's a dangerous game.
It's a very dangerous game. It's going to have to ask for a ton. It's going to ask a lot of the linebackers. It's going to ask a lot out of Braverman, David Price, Apollo Warren, Ammon Howe. All 4 of those guys are going to have to be on their A game and work together. We're going to need our defense to play the best game of their life. And I don't know if it's going to happen. I think the offense for us has to come through. I think that Hicks is a little too one-dimensional.
So who are you picking?
I'm taking Camu.
Oh, man.
I'm taking Camu.
I will take Ardmore. Game of the week here. Kirk is taking number 2 ACU. They're going to go at number 3 Midland State. Remember what happened the last time ACU played Midland State? And they were favored. They got their doors basically blown off in year number 1, surprised a ton of people, and I mean, I keep saying it, but Midland is so well balanced. I think they're going to be tough to beat for anybody. I don't trust Vajic against a truly elite team. He did manage to beat Washington, and he managed to beat Missouri, but I think Midland is a little bit better than those teams, and I don't think he can keep pace offensively with them.
I do too, but what I always go back to is that ACU defense. That ACU defense, and knowing that Midland State loves to throw the football. Granger, Wyrick Dysert, Stevens.
Yeah, I know.
And we know that Whiteside threw some questionable passes against Ardmore. Could he be forcing throws against that really elite?
Now, you see their defense ranking, the pass defense is kind of inflated because teams have been losing against ACU quite a bit, so they do give up a lot of yards. But in terms of efficiency defense, you see the turnover differential. That's where they get that turnover differential is by creating interceptions. But for an ACU team to be ranked 37th in offense is bad news. They're usually higher than that.
Yep.
I'm picking Midland State.
It is on the road. Has ACU played a game on the road yet? I feel like they have.
They played neutral site against Washington. So this is their first road game.
This is their first road game.
Yeah, first true road game.
If Corey DeLoach, if head coach starts to see Vajic struggle and he keeps him in the game, that's bad news.
Well, he had the quick leash last week when he pulled Russell for Vajic. It was based totally on feel. He yanked him.
So that's a toss-up.
Who you got?
It's a toss-up. I'm going to go with ACU. I think that just by looking at those throws against Ardmore, I kind of have a stigma against Whiteside. I think that they can game plan and they can do some things against ACU's defensive backs, because we have seen Granger in that backfield screw up from time to time. So I just can't go against ACU. The game that could save Little Rock's season this year, taking out Denver Tech. They are in a really good position to do this, guys.
Yeah, they are.
With Makovich out and coming off that really great win against Nebraska State. That defensive backfield, the secondary looked like they were really shutting you guys down.
Jabari London.
2 interceptions. Like, the guy was amazing. And I think that they could surprise and they could do it. I always seem to put Denver Tech on upset alert, and I
know. It hasn't paid off.
It hasn't paid off yet. They're 15. They haven't lost at home.
They've lost 2 games in this dynasty. They lost to Texas and they lost to you.
Yep. But you know what? I'm going with Little Rock. I am going with Little Rock only because I feel like this is the time. This is the final time that it happens. Gunnar Rivers, have they played a quarterback as good as Gunnar Rivers? Honestly,
Brandon Peters from Michigan.
Wow.
No, you're right. The problem with Gunnar Rivers' resume to date, and it's not because he's only a sophomore. He's only played, 15 games or so, 16 games maybe. So the only thing Rivers doesn't have right now is he still hasn't gotten that marquee W. He's got Little Rock in a better place than when he got there, but he doesn't have a marquee W yet.
He beat Auburn in Auburn.
Yeah, but they didn't have a great year that season. They had a losing record, I believe. So, like a win on the road against number 1, that's the marquee. That's a career-defining win. I think he's going to get it. I like Little Rock.
You like Little Rock too? Yeah. The only thing holding me back here is that if you can't stop Clemson's pass rush, how are you going to stop Denver Tech's pass rush?
That's the thing. You got to give them credit, pass rush, and then obviously they're going to go lean more heavily on the running game with Schmidt and Thomas and Scroggins and Beverly running the option. So,
it's a tall task, but I think Gunnar Rivers is going to hold up. Dylan Bowers is probably going to hate me for it, but that's the way it's going to go. Shreveport and Odessa, 2 teams that are always kind of on the fence, but this year Shreveport's got it going on. Odessa, they got to travel on the road now to Odessa and Danny Booker, who is slinging it right now in this Odessa system.
Right.
Who do you have?
Yeah, this is hard. I will pick the Skeeters because Odessa struggles against the run.
I'm going to go with Shreveport. I'm going to go with Shreveport as well. I think that defense for Shreveport is just enough to where Danny Booker might not have a blowout type of game. I think Shreveport runs the ball well and kills the clock.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win the game.
They had Wingo last year, but I believe they hung 59 on Odessa. And they beat them 2 years ago as well. So they're 2-0 against Odessa. I think they have their number, and they can't handle the ground attack. So.
In review, I have Broken Arrow, McAllen, Kansas A&M, ACU, Little Rock, and Shreveport.
I've got Broken Arrow, Nebraska State, Ardmore. Did I pick Ardmore? I don't even remember.
You picked Ardmore.
Yeah. I will pick Ardmore.
You picked me.
You're right. It's just a close game. I don't even know. I'm taking Midland, Little Rock, and Shreve.
All right, so make sure you guys check out Heel Boys picks on the website, as well as make your own picks on the website, goldglovergaming.com, in the Team Builder section, in the Pick Center section. That form is up and running right here and right now. So make sure you guys go check that out. Do you have anything else to add, sir? All right, so that's it. Going to be it for Week 7 preview video. Hope to see you guys on Saturday. Leave a like if you like this thing, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that red button for a subscribe or the logo in the bottom right-hand corner. We'll see you guys on Saturday morning for Week number 7 action. As always, peace.